My name is Rick Straub, and I'm excited to be able to share a little bit about a lesson, Sabbath school lesson that I authored. It's part one of the book of Revelation. It's important as you go through these chapters to always keep in mind that what's important above all of there's so much imagery, there's so much vision of what's going on that sometimes that can distract us from the main mission. And the main mission is that Jesus wants to explain to the church's purpose. That the church is part of this linkage between God and people out in the world on how to bring them into the family of God, into the church of believers. And so this everything that goes on in these Revelation, in the first part especially, is telling the church this is what your role is. Your role is to be part of the transmission of this information from God to the hidden information, to take it to the world. It starts with God. It's the scroll in his right hand. Jesus comes along, and when the mighty angel says, who is able to open this book, they look throughout heaven and earth and under the earth, and no one is found. And John doesn't know what he's going to do because he's weeping, because there's this great revelation that needs to be understood, and the knowledge needs to be grasped by him, and he's weeping. And this one of the elders comes to him and says, "Don't worry, there's one that can open it, and that's Jesus." Without Jesus, there is no revelation. Jesus is central to revelation. He is the one that makes it work. And so God, and through this revelation comes from God through Jesus, his Son, and then it's taken, and when it's opened, it's taken by the mighty angel who attempts to share it with humanity, and God says no. God says, no, don't record those 7 thunders that come from that mighty angel. You give that message to John. And John becomes the fourth of the link, goes from God to Jesus, to the mighty angel, to John. And John is the one that is going to eat this message, so to speak, eat this scroll, and it's going to become part of him. And he's to look at the visions that come from that and to write them down into the 5th link of this book of Revelation that we're studying. And this 5th link is the link that ties us to the churches throughout the ages. The churches throughout the ages have read this revelation, and as they've read it, they've incorporated it into their own lives. The church, these 7 churches that we've talked about, that are talked about in Revelations chapters 2 and 3, are individual churches, just like our own individual churches that we have, and they make up the whole. And they each have their own problems, they have their own strengths, they have their own situations. But they all have one purpose, and that is to be the voice of Jesus into the world around them. And John talks about blessed are those who read the book, and that's us. We're the 6th link, the church, the believers in Christ, those who have faith in God. And we are, as the 6th link in that, to be the chain of the Great Commission, that we take the gospel to those in the world around us, and we share that gospel, and through that people come to Jesus. In Revelation 22, it says, "The Spirit and the bride say, 'Come.'" That's these 2 witnesses in chapter 11. These 2 witnesses make up the Spirit and the bride. They say, "Come," and let him who hears say, "Come. And whoever is thirsty, let him come. And whoever wishes, let him take the free gift of the water of life." And so this book of Revelation is teaching about our commission as a church, as Christians, to bring the message of the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world around us. To those people who might look at Revelation and say, well, it's so difficult for us to understand this. Well, I agree to a certain extent. We're not going to have all of the answers, but I think we can gain the main purpose of the book of Revelation, and that it will become clear to us what Jesus is calling us to do. And we may not understand the significance of every little detail and how it's to be used and how it was understood back in the time of John, but we can understand enough to know how to apply this message to ourselves and to our church today, and for it to ring true. The message in Revelation is nothing less than the Great Commission in Revelation style. Jesus is teaching us, is telling us, go and take my message, take my gospel to the world around you, and call those people in the world to me.